In just 15 months, I closed over $2 million in sales for Iman Gadzhi's education company and became his highest cash collected sales rep of all time. And not only was I responsible for closing deals for Iman, but I also was a sales coach within his program. In those 15 months, I took away 5 crucial lessons that put me ahead of 98% of closers in the industry. So if you want to go from good closer to outstanding closer, this video is for you. All right, now let's get to the good stuff. Lesson number 1, it is not about the sales rep, it's about the offer. You guys, I would love to take credit that I am some God-gifted sales rep, but it's just not the case. Yes, I worked hard. Yes, I always did the things to improve my skill set. But I always tell people a dog shit sales rep on a 10 out of 10 offer will make more money than a 10-year sales veteran at some random ass marketing agency. Picking your vehicle is the most important piece to making money with sales. Think of it this way. Let's imagine you're on a boat and you have a location miles away that you need a paddle to. Would you rather be on a boat that is paddling upstream or a boat that is taking you downstream? Yes, as a sales rep, you do always want to be improving your skills, but you don't want to get caught on a hamster wheel where you're constantly grinding. Sales should be easy. If you're in a position on a sales offer where every single call you are objection handling to try and get the close, you're on the wrong offer. When I was on Iman's team, there were some calls where people would come in and say, hey Alex, I'm ready to buy. I just wanted to chat with someone before I made the purchase. And my job was to just not fuck up the call. So you may be saying, lucky you, but Alex, how the hell do I know if an offer is 10 out of 10? So lucky for you, what I am gonna do is give you a 3-question checklist to ask on your next sales interview. And this is how you'll know if an offer is worth spending your time on. Meaning, will I make money? So question number 1, how much cash collected is your sales team doing every single month? As a sales rep, you do not get paid based off revenue. You get paid based off cash collected. So asking that question will give you a good idea of what the earning potential is for that company you're interviewing with. For me, I will never go and sell at a company that is making less than $200K per month. Reason being, if a company is making less than $200K per month, most times there are a lot of systems and processes that need to be fixed in order for them to continue growing. Let's get on the good side of the current. If you're gonna choose a boat, let's choose a boat where we're going downstream and the current is pushing us forward. Now, question number 2 to ask on an interview is, what is your top closer making versus what is your bottom closer making? If a company tells me that their top closer is making $30,000 per month and their bottom closer is making somewhere around $10,000 per month, I know I'm not the worst, so I'll land somewhere in the middle. Number 3, what does your training and team meetings look like? You guys, as a sales rep, you're looking for 2 things. Can you learn and can you earn? If you see that a team does not have daily team meetings and no training systems, chances are you probably won't make money either. For me, working on Iman's team was cool because I did make money, but what was even better was that I sped up my entire learning curve by learning under Paul daily. He had over 15 years of sales experience, and what you guys don't realize is when you go on a really good sales team, the veterans on the team will take you under their wing and mentor you. Because I was so focused on learning at the beginning of my career, it put me in the position to where now I could go to any other company and be 1,000% confident that I could sell their product. Once you learn to sell, you will never starve. Now, lesson number 2, 6 months of excellent sales training will set you up for life. When I first started my career in sales, I had 2 options. Number 1 was go work at Gym Launch, Alex Hormozi's company, as a setter, so an entry-level sales rep, or option number 2, go close at a smaller company that was willing to give me a shot to just go straight in as a closer. Luckily, I made the right decision and decided to go the direction of setting for Alex Hormozi's company, Gym Launch. Now, I know it sounds contradictory, you guys, considering that I worked at Iman's team and collected and made him a lot of money, but what was more important at the beginning of my sales career wasn't the money that I could make, but how quick could I speed up my learning process. When I went to Gym Launch, it taught me the importance of working for a well-structured team. And because I went to Gym Launch, not only did I build the skill set of sales, but I also had the resume to to where when I applied at Iman's team, they brought me in with no questions asked. Not only did I learn, not only did I earn, but I built the reputation that allowed me to go to any company that I wanted. Most new setters and new closers don't think about this, and they're not willing to have some humility to play the long game. Now, here's an example, you guys. I have this sales rep that I'm currently mentoring. Let's say his name is Alex. Alex, when we met, already had 1 year of closing experience, but his largest month was only $4,000 in commission. And I remember him telling me that his goal was to be making $20,000 per month as a closer, but he didn't want to set because he just didn't enjoy it. And so what he decided to do was, instead of setting at a really good company where he could earn some money plus learn, he decided to go work for any company that would bring him in as a closer. And because of that, within that year period, he worked for 4 different companies. He wasn't making the money that he wanted, he wasn't learning, so he'd switch from company to company to company. I remember having this conversation with him like it was yesterday, and I told him, Alex, you realize if we could go back to a year ago and pick the path of setting at a 10 out of 10 company rather than closing at some random ass dog shit companies, you would have been making $20,000 per month 6 months ago. Not only that, but you also would have had the training, the experience, and the resume to go work at any company as a sales rep in the world. So what ended up happening, I was getting him interviews for companies where on-target earnings were anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 per month, and they wouldn't hire him. You guys have to realize the management at these companies, let's say a publishing.com or a gym launch, these guys are seasoned, meaning they know a dog when they see one. And Alex did not put himself in the position to build the necessary skill set within that past year to go work at these 10 out of 10 offers where he can make the money that he wanted. So all in all, you guys humble yourself, zoom out, and focus on learning. Now, lesson number 3 is to solution sell, not feature sell. Do not pitch features of your product. Pitch how your product will help them reach their goals and solve their problem. Nobody cares about the hours of course material they receive, or the 10 coaching calls they get per week, or the free t-shirt they get when they buy your product. When you solution sell, you're solving a problem. So next time you pitch your product, use this framework. It's called PFS. And what that stands for is problem, feature, solution. Now, here's an example. Let's say I'm on a sales call and I'm at the point where I'm pitching my product. How I'd use the PFS framework is by saying this. Hey, so Mr. Prospect, you remember how you told me that you needed help with running your ads? That is the problem. What we are going to do for you is connect you with one of our coaches who will sit with you every single week and review your entire Facebook ad manager. And what that is gonna allow you to do, Mr. Prospect, is get you in the position with your business where you will never have unprofitable ads again. That is the solution. PFS. Read about it. Now, lesson number 4 is to sell something that you genuinely, wholeheartedly believe in. When you're on an offer, conviction is the most important piece of sales. You could have 0 sales training, but if you're truly convicted that your product could solve a problem or help a prospect reach their goals, you are closing all day. Put it this way, you guys may know who Alex Jones or Eddie Bravo is. Those crazy ass conspiracy theorists that go on Joe Rogan's podcast. Those guys are so convicted in the conspiracies and the stories that they tell that it makes you question your own beliefs. And sales is just a transference of energy, but more importantly, a transference of belief. It's not only the fact that they believed in the offer, but I did as well. And the prospect was able to pick up on that. Because of that, selling became easy. You need to have genuine conviction in your product. Now, lesson number 5 is the most important lesson of all. It's either a fuck yes or a fuck no. Your job as a closer is to not close the deal, it's to get the prospect to make a decision, yes or no. As long as you get your prospect to decide, you won the conversation. And the fact of the matter is, if you book a follow-up call, 80% of the time, the prospect will either no-show or cancel the meeting. So you may be saying, Alex, that's great in theory, but how do I avoid the dreaded, I need to think about it, or the maybes, or hey, let me go talk with my neighbor about it and then I'll get back to you tomorrow. So if you never want to get that again, use this framework. And I always use the yes, no, or maybe frame directly before the pitch. Next time you pitch your product, this is exactly what you need to say. Hey, Alex, so I think this will be a great fit for you. I know that we could help you solve X problem, and I would love to break down how we could help you. Is that okay? Once they say yes, this is when you dive into the yes, no, or maybe frame. And what I would say is beautiful. Awesome, man. Really quick, Alex, before I break everything down, I do want to ask you one thing. I know at the end of the call, there's really 3 things that you could typically say. Either Alex, hell yeah, let's do this type of thing. Or no, I hate your glasses, get me off of this call, which is 100% okay if you tell me no. But the one I do want to avoid, Alex, is the, I don't know, let me talk to my dog, let me think about it, maybe. So, that's usually just a nice way of saying no. So is it okay at the end of the call that we keep it between either a yes or a no? The purpose of saying this is to politely let them know that, hey, I don't want to hear, I need to think about it at the end of the call. You guys will be so surprised the amount of calls that I pitched them and I said, hey, so are we ready to get started? And they told me, Alex, I'm really the type that needs to think about things, but I know you asked for a yes or no decision at the end of the call. So let's do it. It feels right. And then I take the card and I close the deal. Now, the purpose of saying the yes, no, or maybe frame is to not only tell them that, hey, I don't want to hear, I need to think about it, but it's also to pre-handle any objections before you pitch the call. If they tell you, Alex, I would love to tell you yes or no, but the thing is, I'm always the type that needs to think about it, before you even pitch, you still won. Because you still have your leverage. You didn't tell them the price, you didn't tell them how they'll help, and now you could pre-handle that objection before you pitch your product. Get to the root of the issue first. Maybe they got burnt in the past, or maybe they're afraid to make decisions, and you could handle that before you drop the price. By withholding price, you are maintaining leverage. Now, if you're interested in learning sales from me, I just opened up a couple spots where you could work with me directly, and you could check it out in the description. Other than that, thanks for watching and peace out.